count on LEX 18 News.
Multiple communities feeling the impact of flash floods. We've got the details.
Also, the man who police say admitted to stabbing someone in the chest is due in court today.
And hear how a girl in Australia is helping chickens by using a 3D printer. More on that and much more in this brand new half hour of LEX 18 News at Sunrise on your Friday morning.
And good morning to you. Glad you're here with us on this Friday. It is 7th day of June. I'm Chris Goodman.
I'm Claire Crouch. Storm Tracker meteorologist Tom Ackerman is here talking about all that rain we've had, and it's not over.
Yeah, a lot of it took a lot of the day yesterday to finally spread in. It got to us overnight, but our southern counties got swamped yesterday afternoon. Guess what the Max Track is doing this morning? More rain. Last thing anybody wants to hear going into a June weekend, but that's exactly the setup. Our Lexington Center live weather bug camera downtown showing wet roads, a wet commute for you in store, and there's the reason. We've got rain on the scope, and some fortunate that we'll see not just today dealing with rainfall, but all the way through Saturday into Sunday before it finally starts to back off early next week. So get ready to get wet. And the future track showing as you go through the afternoon, some pops of moderate to heavy rain, some occasional embedded thunder, especially into the afternoon. And that's the way it's going to go into tomorrow as well, as low pressure ever so slowly approaches from the southwest. 69 degrees now. Beyond the heavy rain threat, there isn't much of a severe storm threat. We'll talk a little bit about that. We're mainly keying in on the heavy rain potential. And we will see a break next week. We've got a couple, maybe 2, 3 dry days trying to take hold, so there is some hope in sight. We'll check that out in your 8-day forecast as well.
And as Tom just told us, that heavy rain is far from over.
Yeah, right now parts of Rockcastle and Powell County are facing serious flooding with more expected over the weekend. LEX 18's Claire Kopsky brings us more now in this Storm Tracker team coverage on a Friday.
Water where it's not supposed to be. It's a common theme from the past 24 hours in many places in southern Kentucky.
When you get quite a bit of rain in multiple places, those rivers get up quickly, and then the water that's here in town can't get out through the drain system to get into the rivers to be able to drain and get out of town quick enough.
In Rockcastle County on Highway 1505, Gary Parker says the water behind his home was so powerful it moved a shed from its foundation.
See that concrete pad? That's where it normally sits. So it took it from there. If it hadn't been for the road, it'd still been floating somewhere down the river down there.
In Powell County, a 40-year motel owner says the water is the worst he's ever had. He spent last night moving guests to a safer spot and evacuating cars from the parking lot.
Well, this is probably the worst I've ever seen it here. I've never had it get in the pool, and it went in the pool, so I'm pumping the pool out now.
With more rain expected all day Friday and through the weekend, flooding is imminent, especially in areas already facing high water.
God will take care of it. He always does. So that's where we put our faith at.
In Rockcastle and Powell Counties, Claire Kopsky, LEX 18 News.
6:03 now. A 2.4 earthquake registered in western Kentucky yesterday along the New Madrid fault line. It was reported about 6:30 yesterday evening just north of Kevel, Kentucky. There were reports of the quake being felt in Marshall and McCracken counties in the Paducah area as well. No injuries were reported. A series of powerful earthquakes occurred along that same fault line all the way back in 1811, including one with an estimated magnitude of 7.7.
And we want to remind you, with more incoming rain, you can get the latest forecast on our website at lex18.com. Get the same info on the go with our free LEX 18 Storm Tracker weather app.
Now to some news overnight. Lexington police are looking for a man who they say robbed a gas station at gunpoint. This happened just after 3 this morning at the Shell station on South Broadway. Police say the man went into the store with a gun and demanded money. We're told he got away with an unknown amount of cash and was last seen running over towards the Red Mile area. No one was hurt during the robbery. The suspect described as wearing a black hoodie, blue jeans, and red sneakers. If you have any information, give police a call.
We're learning more details about a stabbing at a Lexington apartment. Police were called to a home on Martha Court yesterday afternoon around 12:30. That's where they found a man who had been stabbed in the torso. According to an arrest citation, 56-year-old John Lapham admitted to stabbing that man with a kitchen knife. The victim was sent to the hospital with what we're told is a serious injury. Lapham is charged with first-degree assault and is set to be in court today.
5 minutes after 6 now, one of the deadliest serial killers in U.S. history has confessed to killing 2 Cincinnati women. Samuel Little will be indicted today in the slayings of Anna Stewart and another unidentified Cincinnati woman. The indictment comes 1 week after Little was indicted for the murders of 2 women in Cleveland back in 1984 and 1991. The 75-year-old Ohio native claims to have killed more than 90 people across the U.S., including in Kentucky. So far, investigators have been able to confirm more than half of them through pictures and notes from Little.
6:05, state police are looking for an inmate who they say escaped from a transport van in Lee County. Troopers say 39-year-old Jamie Vyers was able to get out of the van on Highway 11 South near Beattyville yesterday afternoon. Vyers is described as being 6'1", 190 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. He was in jail serving a sentence on several charges. If you see him, call police.
A Lexington man has been arrested after being caught with nearly $175,000 worth of marijuana. Richmond police pulled over 20-year-old Julio Sanchez on Boonesboro Road yesterday for speeding. The officer says he noticed a strong odor of pot coming from Sanchez's car. Upon searching, 2 large square bales of pot were found in the trunk. Sanchez was arrested and is now facing several charges.
6:06, from the mass shooting in Virginia Beach to recent incidents here in Lexington, people want to stand up against gun violence.
This weekend, some central Kentucky communities are doing just that. WLEX 18's Alex Valverde is live here in the studio with more on this event that's happening today.
Hi, Claire and Chris. Well, I'm wearing some orange today, and over the next few days, I won't be the only one. Today marks the start of National Wear Orange Weekend to raise awareness of gun violence. The color started representing this issue after a young woman was shot and killed in Chicago in 2013. Her friends wore orange in her honor. At noon today, there will be a vigil in front of the courthouse in Georgetown, and businesses downtown have put up reminders for people to participate. And in Lexington, there will be a community event Saturday afternoon at Duncan Park, hosted by Moms Demand Action. Chris and Claire?
Alex, thank you. 6:07, covering your world now on this Friday on LEX 18 News at Sunrise. In order for President Donald Trump's tariffs on Mexico to go into effect, he will have to sign an executive order by today.
But leaders from both countries, including President Trump, say a last-minute deal could still be reached, halting the tariffs altogether. John Lawrence has more.
The White House isn't backing down on its threat.
We've told Mexico the tariffs go on, and I mean it too, and I'm very happy with it.
What Mexico's offering is not enough. We need to see more coming from Mexico.
Yet leaders on both sides of the border admit a last-minute agreement is in the realm of possibility.
We are attentive to the results of the talks, and I am optimistic. I think we will reach an accord, and we are listening to the opinions of everyone.
We made recommendations to them. There's been some movement on their part that's been encouraging.
The Mexican National Guard will head to the border in an attempt to limit migration. This after more than 144,000 migrants were arrested or encountered at the border last month. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection says that's a 32% hike from April.
This is the highest we have seen in over a decade. The vast majority of the families that we are catching are saying they are coming here for economic reasons. Very few actually claim asylum in Border Patrol custody.
In the meantime, the tariff deadline gets closer.
Mexico must do more to end the tide of illegal immigration that is besetting our southern border.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And currently there are 3,000 active duty troops and 2,000 National Guard members providing support for border security efforts along the border between U.S. and Mexico.
And meanwhile, Mexican officials are proposing to send 6,000 National Guard troops to the country's southern border to stem the flow of migrants. 6:09 now, a New Zealand judge has ruled that media outlets can now show the face of the man accused of killing 51 people at 2 Christchurch mosques.
Previously, only pixelated images of the 28-year-old Australian white supremacist were able to be published. Lawyers say the initial reason for this was to make sure witnesses were able to identify him from their own memory and not media images. The gunman live-streamed much of his attack on Facebook in a chilling 17-minute video, leading to a global pledge named the Christchurch Call, aimed at boosting efforts to keep hate speech and extremist content off of social media. Today marks the last day that Theresa May leads the UK's Conservative and Unionist Party.
However, she will remain Prime Minister until her successor is chosen. May's resignation announcement came during an emotional address last month. In it, she expressed her regrets over not being able to deliver Brexit. The UK was originally set to leave the European Union back in March. That deadline was pushed back to April, then again to October, after a deal failed to be reached. An international investigation is underway following the attack of 4 oil tankers in the United Arab Emirates.
Initial findings from the UN Security Council show the May incident was likely carried out by a state actor, but no country is mentioned by name. While the UAE has not said who it thinks is behind the attacks, U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton says Iran was, quote, almost certainly responsible, end quote. The incident led to an emergency meeting of Muslim and Arab leaders in Saudi Arabia, in which leaders discussed how to defuse growing tensions with Iran. The world's most famous peak is showing its wear and tear.
Cleanup crews in Nepal have uncovered 4 bodies and removed 24,000 pounds of garbage from Mount Everest. The bodies were exposed by melting snow and flown to a hospital in Kathmandu for identification. More than 300 climbers have died on Everest since it was first conquered all the way back in 1953, 11 just this year. Cleaning Everest proves to be difficult due to harsh weather, accessibility, and the dangerous altitudes. A 12-year-old Australian girl doesn't care why a chicken crosses the road. She's more concerned with how it does it.
That's right. Summer Farrelly is using 3D printing technology to make customized chicken feet. Her high-tech prosthetic designs aim to give injured and deformed chickens the ability to walk, like Jack Frost, who you see here, an American rooster that lost its feet to frostbite. What started as a school project is now a full-on crusade for Farrelly. Since posting the idea to Facebook, Summer has received requests from all across the world for feet and even beaks.
How about that?
I know, very innovative.
Yes, indeed. 6:12 now. Meteorologist Tom Ackerman is back with us on this Friday morning.
We get a lot of weather, a lot of wet weather tracking our way this weekend. Unfortunately, a flash flood watch is in effect. We're going to run down the soggy details right after the break.
Dateline tonight. A young woman's courage after a terrible attack helped catch a killer. But from that story's end comes a startling new twist.
Is it crazy? Is it bizarre? Absolutely.
Dateline tonight at 10.
Tuesday, as Kelsey Ballerini searches for her next hit, one song's transformation.
It's a whole different song.
Oh my God.
Songland, Tuesday on NBC.
At St. Joseph, there is a strong ability to have a long career. I'm very blessed to have formed lifelong friendships. My job is a calling. It's an incredible profession, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Summer sales are heating up at Aurora. Shop over 75 in-stock spas from leading lines like Hot Spring, Bullfrog, Nordic, and more. Starting at just $27.99, we've got a spa for every home and budget. Relax this summer in a new spa. Hurry to Aurora today.
Have you recently retired, been laid off, or offered a buyout? Has a company you work for recently moved or been acquired or closed its doors forever? Then take advantage of this opportunity to move your 401k to safer territory. Why continue to risk your hard-earned money when you don't have to? Let's meet in person today to discuss your retirement options. Log on to TonyWalkerFinancial.com to schedule your no-obligation appointment to meet with me in person. Do it today.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager at Cartown Kia. Folks, we got a vehicle and a price for everybody, like our full line of SUVs, including this 2019 Sorento for only $279 a month, and our 2019 Sportage for only $259 a month, and our all-new 2020 Telluride, mid-size SUV, 8-passenger seating, room for the whole family. Come see us at Cartown Kia or look us up at cartownkiausa.com.
This portion of LEX 18 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan.
Well, the
Habitat for Humanity Build Day today is going to be a wet one. Nothing we can do about it, and that's going to be the case going into the weekend. If you hadn't heard, LEX 18 is partnering up with Habitat for Humanity to build a Habitat house. And we'll be in the upper 70s. It's mild out there, but we've got that persistent threat. I've been talking about this all week, that persistent threat for heavy rain. And, well, it is a wet morning already. That rain is steadily bubbled up from down south. It spent much of Thursday down to our south, so it took a while before it finally got in here to Lexington, especially in northern Kentucky. But just about everybody's seeing precipitation at this point, and it's going to be on and off all the way through the weekend. Get ready for a wet one. Showers, thunder showers, not a huge chance for severe weather, but a higher end chance for flash flooding. We already had some yesterday down south, so a flash flood watch in effect pretty much area wide except for those far northern counties into northern Kentucky. We've had anywhere between zip as far as precipitation goes around Cincinnati to over an inch in London overnight. And since that rain cranked up, there have been 2 to 3 inch rainfall totals out into western Kentucky. LaRue County is just outside our viewing area, but they've had almost 2.5 inches of rain. In Rockcastle County, between 4 to 9 last night, was swamped with repeated waves that dumped over 4 inches of rain and ended up with that flash flooding. So the driver now, after we had that stalled front the last couple of days, is a wave of upper level low pressure. And what this does, since it's cut off from the jet stream, is it doesn't move all that much and it remains the focus for unsettled weather for days. And that's exactly the case. This low is going to work its way in here, be overhead tomorrow and into Sunday, finally start to open up and lift out of here. But that's after days and days of this, rain chances. The future track showing showers, thunder showers. Some of the heaviest rain could come into the afternoon and early evening as we work with that daytime heating as well as that low tracking in. Watch what happens Saturday afternoon. Boom, heavy rain, torrential rain blossoming. We could get into some additional flash flooding there for sure. And by Sunday, the rain's still falling, although it's starting to weaken as that low starts to weaken a little bit. We'll see some of the coverage backing off. A general 1 to over 3 inches of rain from north to south, southwest. But remember, if you're in a pocket where you get these repeated rounds coming through, you could easily blow past that higher end total into maybe 4 or 5 inch range. Some areas are going to get swamped this weekend. We've got a northeast wind at 9 miles per hour. It's cloudy out there. It's wet. It's 69 now. With the clouds and the rain around, we'll be held in check. Below average highs, mid to upper 70s today. Probably around 80 by the end of the weekend. But even by Sunday, after rain chances Saturday, we're still dealing with it. We'll have some scattered showers and storms Monday, and I'm hoping for a couple of days off, a couple of dry days. We're going to need it after this weekend. But again, we're looking around roughly Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
At least we've got some dry days coming.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you. Coming up on 6:18 now. The Wall Street rallied on Wednesday. It rallied on Thursday. Hopefully it's going to rally today. It looks like futures are up right now, including the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. Market opens at 9:30 this morning. Did I say something?
No, I was just yawning, and Tom caught me as I said yeah, and I just didn't really mean to do that, and I'm sorry.
I'm just making sure.
It's 6:18.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And that takes us to business news, which is coming up next. Mortgage rates hit a 2-year low.
And Jamba Juice is dropping juice from its name. Jane King will have the details in your morning business report. But first, let's get another look at those lotto jackpots. Check it out. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $530 million.
Lots of 5s and 3s.
Yes.
And zeros. And Saturday's Powerball jackpot, $53 million. We'll be right back.
The best part about being a bath fitter installer is the reveal. Homeowners greet us in the morning and love that we're going to install a beautiful new tub right over their old one without tearing the bathroom apart. But they're never quite prepared for what they get come the end of the day. We call it the wow moment. When they see their new bathtub that's high quality and more beautiful than they could have imagined, I can't help but smile. Since it's Bath Fitter, it's built to last a lifetime. We guarantee it.
You too can have a bathroom you'll love. Call now or visit bathfitter.com.
Our neighbors trust us to provide home comfort for their families. It's a responsibility we don't take lightly. We work hard every day to earn that trust. We want our customers to know that when they call us, we get the job done right, guaranteed. And because breakdowns always happen at the worst possible time, we offer seasonal maintenance to prevent issues before they happen. But if they do, we will always be here when you need us most. Schedule preventative maintenance now, just $75.
Has your loved one been abused in a nursing home? Bed sores, broken bones, dehydration, and malnutrition are all signs of abuse. Call Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
The final phase means nothing stays at the Signature Furniture going out of business sale. Time is running out, and with so much furniture still on hand, management has issued strict orders. Sell it all and sell it fast during this final phase, regardless of cost or loss. Finer quality furniture from American Drew, Bassett, Century, Craftmaster, Flex Steel, Howard Miller, Lexington, Rowe, Thomasville, and many more. Sold at a sacrifice. Handmade rugs perfect for any wood floor are an incredible 65% off. The final phase means the lowest prices at Signature Furniture, 2191 Nicholasville Road, Lexington. Going out of business forever.
You know it's time to replace your windows. Look no further than Champion Windows. Custom made in our factory, expertly installed and guaranteed for life, so you'll never have to buy windows again. And right now, buy one window, get one window 50% off. Plus 60 months low interest financing. Millions of windows installed since 1953 and recommended by more than 9 out of 10 customers. Champion is the right choice for your home. For buy one, get one 50% off. Go online or call 888-934-CHAMPION today.
621, big thank you to Tom Ackerman, by the way. I spilled some water on the floor, and he just went and wiped it up.
He did.
You can shine my shoes next, Ackerman.
Wow. Okay.
Airline companies say the grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX hurt their on-time performance.
Plus, a popular smoothie company is changing their name. With those stories and more, here's Jane King with your Morning Business Report.
Good morning. U.S. and Mexican officials continued to negotiate into last night in hopes of reaching a deal to avoid tariffs that are set to go into effect Monday. But the window is quickly closing. If there is no agreement, 5% tariffs will go into effect Monday on Mexican imports to the U.S. Southwestern Americans say the grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX hurt their on-time performance. They told the Department of Transportation they weren't able to live up to passenger expectations, and many passengers got bumped. Well, stocks posted a third straight day of gains. The Dow gained 181 points on reports that the tariffs on Mexico may be delayed. Right now, as I mentioned, they're set to go into effect Monday. Well, Jamba Juice dropping juice from its name. Jamba said the new name better reflects its menu, which is more than juice. It's expanding its offerings with smoothies, bowls, and sandwiches as consumers gravitate toward healthier foods. And mortgage rates keep falling. They're now at 2-year lows. The 30-year rate, according to Freddie Mac, now sits at 3.82%. From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your Morning Business Report.
622, obviously, it would be nicer if we had better grilling weather this weekend. A lot of people might still be doing it. Grilling season is underway. A survey recently was conducted, and the #1 burger topping and the #1 burger condiment will likely surprise you. I don't think Claire's going to be a bit happy with this.
So it's not mustard.
We'll find out coming up next.
For as little as $5 a day, you can help save a veggie. Get 2 delicious Hardee's Original Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $5. Hand-dipped in rich au jus, not a slice of tomato or leaf of lettuce in sight. Hardee's, 'cause it tastes better.
Sometimes it seems you spend your whole day on the go. But no matter where you go, you'll probably run into a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent. With agents in every Kentucky county, Farm Bureau is there for you, pretty much wherever you are. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
When your plumbing goes way wrong, let the Maestro make it way right. With over 45 years of combined experience, the Maestro can fix any plumbing problem you will encounter, always conducting a quality product to our clients with integrity and outstanding service. Let H2O Maestro orchestrate your next plumbing problem.
After a car or truck wreck, you have questions. Who's going to pay for everything you've gone through?
You want a law firm based in Kentucky.
And a law firm willing to go to trial. If not, the insurance company may lowball your settlement. Some law firms never go to trial. We will.
You can get through this tough time.
We call that Kentucky courage.
After a wreck, you want Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. Visit KentuckyCourage.com or call 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Have you saved a vegetable today? For just $5, you can get 2 delicious slow-cooked Hardee's Original Roast Beef Sandwiches. And they're 100% veggie-free. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
All right, 6:25. All right, I told you Claire's not going to be happy with this survey. I don't think Tom is either, judging from what he was just saying, but we'll find out. With grilling season underway, Grubhub wanted to know people's favorite way to top burgers. The results are in. The most surprising finding was America's favorite condiment, which is mayo.
Who is putting mayonnaise on their burger?
Agreed.
Tom Ackerman. He just raised his hand.
Oh, everybody in the control room says mayo too.
The only time that mayonnaise is appropriate is when you're having a grilled chicken burger with mushrooms and caramelized onions and Swiss cheese. Then you put the mayo on.
Okay.
That's the rule.
See,
I didn't make them.
I don't usually put mayo on a burger either, but ketchup came in at number 2. Mustard, sorry, Claire, I like mustard too. It's my fave. It was third. Both Claire and I prefer mustard on a burger. The most popular item to top off a burger is pickles.
Which I like that, but that also surprises me because I feel like I know so many people who are like, no pickles, please.
Yeah, I know.
Pickles are great.
I don't usually like pickles on burgers, but I do like tomatoes and onions.
Oh, yeah.
And those came in near the top. The most popular cheese to put on a burger, I prefer cheddar. But American came in at number 1. Cheddar was number 2. Swiss was number 3.
The cheese all just depends on my mood.
And I mean, get me right here. Mayo does not taste bad on a burger. I just generally don't think a burger needs mayo.
Right.
Like it needs mustard and onions.
But you know what I do like is a good aioli. Have you ever gone?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you now.
I love a condiment.
Oh, 6:26 now. Your top stories are next at 6:30.
This summer, join LEX 18 as we build a better community by building a home.
The LEX 18 Habitat House, with your support, will turn a deserving family's dream into a reality.
Now, this is just one house, but with your help and donations, Habitat for Humanity will be able to build many more.
Find out more at lex18.com/Habitat House in partnership with CHI St. Joseph Health.
Hurry in now to Value City Furniture to shop the summer clearance sale and save up to 40% off clearance items. Plus, save $100 off every $1,000 you spend store-wide. Or enjoy 36 months special financing only at Value City Furniture.
Now at Speedway, buy any 3 cooler drinks and get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. So get 1 to wake up, 1 to cool down, and 1 to get through the day. 1 for you and 2 to share. Or all 3 for yourself. 1 for the driver, 1 for the shotgun, 1 for the back seat. Or 1 for now, 1 for later, and 1 for even later. 3 for after you finish those. And maybe a backup set, just in case.
Court TV has returned to television,
bringing you the cases that change our world.
My client is on trial here for his life.
With live gavel-to-gavel trial coverage from across America.
You'll be there for every compelling moment.
Did you lie to the detective?
Couldn't keep my life straight.
as history unfolds.
Guilty of first-degree murder.
Emotions rise, and justice is served.
The all-new Court TV.
Now on WLEX Digital Channel 18.4.
Make your Saturday a family fun day at the Kentucky Historical Society. Explore our state's past while making your own family memories in one of our hands-on workshops for kids of all ages. Check out these and other exciting events at history.ky.gov.
Shopping for vintage? Our semi-annual show this weekend at 8th and Schoolhouse Antiques features a unique collection of curiosities for your home. Browse our inventory and enter a drawing to win a $500 gift card. 8th and Schoolhouse Antiques on Richmond Road, a mile past I-75.
The Barbasol Championship returns to the Bluegrass this July.
Join some of the world's best golfers here at Champions at King's Race.
Get your tickets today and learn about volunteer opportunities at barbasolchampionship.com.
Count on LEX 18, the official TV partner of the Barbasol Championship, for live exclusive coverage all week.
LEX 18's coverage of the Barbasol Championship is brought to you by Burger King.
Now at Value City Furniture, shop our exclusive new Dream Mattress Studio and save $500 off this Dream Refresh Queen mattress set, now just $899. Or enjoy 36 months special financing only at Value City.